The stimulus bill is evil. It's not just a joke, it's pure evil. The reason being is Americans are the ones holding the wet bag so we can stimulate other countries. This is nuts, man. Let's just go into this. I'm the stunning audacity of our supposed representative democracy is mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. And the solution is not to not vote. That's just stupid. The solution is to vote for the right people, and you have to vote for the lesser of two evils, like in here in Georgia. Purdue and Loeffler, they're going to vote for this, I guarantee. Warnock and Ossoff, they would have voted for it too. You still have to vote, but you just got to vote right, if that makes sense. It's a primary, man, and then you got to make sure you got to go in the primaries, but it's incremental. I mean, America didn't get this insane because the Democrats and the socialists didn't vote. They didn't. America got this insane because of a progressive march against our freedoms from the left, man. It's took over education. It's pretty much always been in media, at least in the 20th century. But basically, it was New York Times wasn't this far left. You know what I'm saying? It just gradually progressive. It's two steps forward, one step back. Two steps forward, one step back. And so for you, and they just kept at it. They kept at it. They kept at it. They played the long game. We on the right are very emotionally driven. You know what I'm saying? We're also logical. I get it, but we're emotionally driven. We just say that's not the way it's going to be, so I don't want to play. And you just can't be like that, man. You still got to get out there and vote. But you got to recognize evil for what it is. But not participating doesn't make evil go away. I mean, you got to just read Saul Alinsky. And I haven't read it, frankly, but I've read enough of the passages to know what he says. You got to be in the game to win, man. If you're not in the game, you're not going to win. And so you got to be in the game. You got to stay active. You got to two steps forward, one step back. Two steps forward, one step back, and it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up one day and have libertarian right wingers all throughout government. You just got to start though, and to freaking say as conservative leaning people, I'm not playing anymore. That's just dumb. All right, so let's read this. I'm just as mind boggling how just mendacious, is that the right word? I don't even know what the word is. The audacious, it's not even that. It's beyond that. It's just a slap in the face. The reason it's evil because they've locked people out of their homes. I mean, out of their businesses. People are thus dying, and the way they're going to stimulate us is by giving us $600 while we got gender programs in Pakistan and Sri Lanka, foreign aid. So let's read this here, man, because this is just it's insane. All right, so let's read a list. We got American taxpayers still reeling from lockdowns will be shelling out billions to foreign countries, and a 2.3 spending bill. Remember, folks, we're never going to pay the debt off. It's never going to happen. So stop. How do we afford this? It doesn't matter. I mean, literally, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Just we're never paying the debt off. We're going to spend $169 million to Vietnam, including $19 million to remediate dioxins. So who pushed that? Was a lobbying firm. I mean, someone lobbied for that. Who? I don't know. Unspecified funds to continue support for non-for-profit institutions of higher ed in Afghanistan that are accessible to both men and women in co-educational environments. $200 million to Bangladesh, including $23 million to support Burmese refugees and $23 million for democracy programs. On page 1,485, $130 million to Nepal for development and democracy programs. $15 million to Pakistan for democracy programs and gender programs. $15 million for Sri Lanka for refurbishing a high-endurance cutter, which is a type of patrol boat. $500 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua to address key factors that contribute to the migration of undocumented minors. $461 million to counter the basic drug war. $75 million to the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative. $33 million for democracy in Venezuela. Unspecified amount to Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Morocco, Trinidad, and Tobago for assistance in countries supporting otherwise impacted by refugees from Venezuela. $132 million for assistance in Georgia, not the state, but the country. $455 million for assistance in Ukraine. Just another bill we have to pass before the American people discover all the goodies that special interests jammed into this. And here's that chick's name from she's a nut from Texas. I mean, and yet you're gonna get 600. I'm not gonna get anything. You're gonna get $600, man. But I think the whole thing is just insane. So let's keep reading here because I mean, what? Let's see. We got Pell Grants for prison inmates. Government sends us locking Americans out of business. Let's see. So this is from Breitbart. What's happening in Washington is they are debating a government funding bill. We just got the bill size. It's over 5,500 pages long. Guess how long Congress has to read it? 6 hours. Because it's 600 check pales in comparison to the financial harm brought upon Americans by lockdown. That's what I'm saying, the evilness. And what's in it? A 600 cash handout for people, but I'm not getting it. And people are generally supportive of some sort of direct cash out because the government telling everyone to shut down. But I'll tell you this, why don't you just allow our country to get back to work? Marlowe observed the Kafka-esque nature of California's color-coded designations of its regions as part of its public health strategy towards coronavirus. Then we got Dr. Birx, who traveled to her, even though she said no one go with her. I did the whole thing. Have you heard about the Dr. Birx insanity? We got we're keeping MS-13 gang amnesty pipeline. Let's take a look at this. First enacted, Congress looking to continue a de facto amnesty pipeline that can be readily used by members of the violent MS-13 gang, which recruits Central American teenagers. At the same time, the bill provides $1.4 billion to construct 56 miles of border wall along the southern border, but it does come with limitations. It bans the Department of DHS from the Santa Ana Wildlife Refuge, the Benson Rio Grande State, the La Alameda Historical Park, National Butterfly Center, blah, blah, blah. It's just the whole thing is insane, man. It spends hundreds of millions of tax dollars securing borders of Middle Eastern countries. A year-end spending package meant to provide Americans with economic relief during the Chinese coronavirus includes using the United States taxpayer money to fund border security in foreign countries. $500 million provides the country of Jordan with taxpayer to provide assistance to the government of Jordan to support the armed forces of Jordan to enhance security along its borders. Gives $250 million in taxpayer money to countries of Jordan, Lebanon. It spends $700 million in taxpayer money on assistance for Sudan and its citizens. We do not have a representative government. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. It's almost like they're saying, we'll give you $600, but just the whole thing is insane. And we voted for this. That's all right. We'll love to hear your comments. We'll see you.